Las Vegas and in the States and everything. Why did you decide to have a European tour?
Well, I don't know. It went through my mind. I said, America, Europe. They always hang out together, as America and as Europe. So they've been hanging, World War I, World War II. They always hanging out.
And you said
So
that
I figure I better go on and hang with the other part. So here I am, yes.
So the public is different in the United States? Do they answer differently to your jokes? Did you see a difference? Did you adapt your show to Europe? Did you?
I didn't see a difference. The only difference I've seen is that the European audience is more attentive. In America, they see us constantly. You know what I mean? Whereas in Europe, it's like my first time here in Romania, first time in Germany last night. And they're very attentive, you can tell a story with a European audience. Whereas in America, get to it, baby, feed me, I need the joke, I need the joke, right now. Whereas here, you can really take them somewhere and, go on and enjoy the canvas of the human mind and, pull out the brushes and stroke them. And they're right there with you, you know what I mean? And yeah. But when they laugh hearty. Here.
Even in Germany, because they're known to be a little bit cold.
Them Germans wasn't cold, they was hot. Yeah, they stood up going nuts, and this one fool kept asking some stupid question that didn't make no sense. But anyway, I had fun, with the banter back and forth with him. Yes. I think he had one brain cell and it was stuck on stupid. So, but we had fun.
So your show is interactive.
Of course.
And the Romanians, did you feel the pulse of the Romanians or not yet? You don't know anything about them at all?
Not a thing.
Really?
Only thing I know about Romanians is right now, sitting in this room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's great. That's great.
You were voted class clown when you were younger in school, when you were in school. What was the exact moment when you knew that you were going to make a living out of comedy?
Out of comedy?
Yeah.
I was at birth. The doctor smacked me on the ass and I said, motherfucker, what's your problem? You freak. You understand me? No, what really happened, it was, I was gonna make money at it. Ah, shit.
Like, I'm not going to starve to death just telling jokes.
Right.
It's going to be my job.
I think it was the first show. My cousin had bet me $50 that I wouldn't get on stage. And I told him you were exactly right, because I've never been on stage talking, I was in a band, I've been on stage with a band, dancing, so on and so forth, but never. So we sat there and I had a couple of drinks. And after, courage in a bottle, I went on that stage and took his $50. And at that moment right there, I said, this is it. Yes.
Is there anything you're afraid before you go on stage that people are not going to answer to your jokes? Is there anything you fear, or you just go there?
I just go there. No, I don't write them.
You don't write them?
I have never written a joke in my life. It just comes, you just go.
Oh, so you just go with the flow?
Yeah.
You don't have a specific topic? You don't have a...
I have topics like, we're gonna do politics, or, I might bounce in my head, hey, let's talk about religion, let's talk about relationships, like that. And then whatever's in there, you just squeeze it out.
Is there a specific topic you would never joke about?
Ha! There is no such thing as taboo.
All right.
You talk about everything, because in life there is everything. So how the fuck you gonna get on stage and lie and, leave this part of your life out? It's bullshit. So yes, I will talk about anything and everything. Now.
What would you say to the people who don't get your jokes? Well, aside from F you, you don't get my joke.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I would say thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If they don't get it, gives me a chance to dig a little deeper until I get them.
So you talk to the people who
I'm
don't get
on stage, I'm looking at the face of the angriest son of a bitch in there. Because if I get him, I got everybody else.
Okay. Did you ever get in trouble because you had a smart mouth?
Yes, of course. I still get in trouble.
When was the last time you got in trouble because of that? And how did you get out of it?
Well, you know, the mouth tends to do things. You know, I don't have a filter. You know, some people have a filter and they think before they talk. I don't have that problem. Whatever in there just flies the fuck out. And, you know, it tends to get you in situations.
So the last situation you got into?
Yeah, you know, my mother was over visiting and, you know, she was hanging with the grandbabies. And I was just thinking to myself, out loud, of course, you know, I'd like to make sure they're alive when I get home. Oh, shit. She said, "What'd you say?" I said, "Well, you know, when we were kids and you'd give us a whooping, you know, I was half dead every time. I was just wondering if mine was gonna be alive when I get home." It was kind of a joke. So that's how I got out of that. Yes.
Did the fact that you get into the movie business, you said you don't have a filter, but did this make you have a filter? Because they have, this is take one, this is
No,
take
two different businesses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stand-up is you, the microphone, and the audience. A transfer of energy is give and take, you know. Instant gratification or instant oh shit. Whereas in the movie, you're reading somebody else's words, right? And you know, so this is acting. You have to become a character, this, that, and the other. You know, I try to give every character I play a background, you know, and take them back at least 10 years, so that way when you're in the scene, you haven't, you know this guy, you know what his mother was like, you know, what his childhood was like, and you know, it gives more depth to the character. But yeah, it's a totally different energy when you acting than stand up.
And when you work on movies, do you still do stand up, or you don't have?
Oh, most definitely, yes. Yes. If I have a day off, I will be on the stage. Yes. Like,
Do you improvise in the movies? Are you allowed?
damn straight, baby.
Yes.
Hell yeah, yeah.
And you don't have quarrels with the director, like what?
No, we get cool.
Hang on to the script. Hang on to the script.
Well, that's an insecure director, right? But if you truly have a director that trusts his actors, which is why you chose your actors, it's always like, okay, do it this way. Now, one for fun.
Okay.
And then he trusts the artist to go on and paint the picture. And then if it's good, he's like, let's do another one. Just like that. So it's got to be a give and take. If you got this taskmaster, you do it the way that I do it, or you don't do it, then fuck you, you go and act your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? And then you walk off the set and let the motherfucker put a wig on and he can play the character too. So.
Did you ever walk off a set because you didn't like the people you worked with?
No.
Do you get to pick the people you work with, or do you get to just try to like them?
No, I've been very lucky. I've picked quite a few people that I worked with. Yeah.
And along with the fame, did things become more difficult, or did they become easier to deal with?
What things? What
Like the fact that you have more shows than you used to have. Do you still find it easy to find the happiness of going on stage, or is it
more
just
shows than I used to have?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been working damn near every day when I started. It's not more shows, just bigger
Yeah.
and in different locations. Yeah.
And that's different. Is it hard for you?
Hell no. What's hard about this? Look at this shit. I'm chilling. I got this pretty woman over here. I got another one over here with some titties. You know what I mean? Just typing away. Don't show them. God made them.
I did show
All
them.
right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if 1 hour before the show you get really bad news or you're in a bad mood, what do you do to just move along and do your show?
You take that on stage with you.
You don't cover it. You just.
No, you have to be brutally honest up there in order for it to be real and most effective. If you're in a bad mood, you get on stage, you start out in a bad mood because your energy is honest. And then you and the audience together can come out of that shit. So that's how I do it. Yeah.
What's the nicest thing a person in the audience ever told you?
What's the nicest shit we done heard since we've been here in Europe?
Come back.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time.
Glad you came.
Glad you came.
What took you so long?
Some of that shit.
Yeah, what took you so long?
Exactly. Well, you know, only thing that took this long is promoters. And, you know, this young man here had the galls and the balls to say, yes, bring that little black motherfucker over here. So, and then since we were going to do the European leg of the Living Legend tour, I said, cool. Romania, he's like, have you ever been? I said, no. I said, is there any black people there? Oh, that's what I noticed. I haven't seen a nigga since I've been here. You know, I was looking too. I'm like, where the motherfuckers at? I'm like, not one. So, you know, hopefully we'll see, you know, some Africans or something come out.
They are.
Okay.
They
I know
usually get married with Romanian.
Yeah, I know,
They
shit.
love the Romanian.
Who don't? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, indeed, feed the native, boy. Shit, look like a booty on the chest, I'm telling you. Yes.
And what's the worst thing somebody in your audience ever told you? You should get off the stage and never come back?
No, it was way worse than that. That was verbal. You ever been on stage and a motherfucker start shooting?
No.
Welcome to America. Yes, that was the wildest show. That was in L.A. This is like 92, 93. I'm on stage, they got the spotlight in front of you, right? So I can't see shit, and I just hear. So I'm like, damn, that joke went over good, right? I tilt the hat, them motherfuckers out there fighting, they shooting in the motherfucker. I did laid down comedy. Ain't bullshit, it wasn't stand up, I did laid down. I kept telling jokes though. Telling jokes, the audience is on the floor. We all stayed laid on the goddamn floor till the police showed up. And the police came in and they said, you really are a funny, crazy motherfucker to sit up here and do laid down comedy. I said, what the fuck I'm gonna get up for and run? I could catch a bullet. Just lay down.
And do your job.
And do yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
For you, who's the god of comedy? Your god of comedy. Who's the god of comedy?
Who's the god?
Well, the god. Well,
Besides myself,
yeah.
that would be Richard Pryor. Yes. If James Brown is the godfather of soul, then Richard Pryor is the godfather of comedy. Yes. Greatest that ever did it.
All right. Thank you.
As a matter of fact, we did a evening for Richard Pryor to raise funds in Peoria, Illinois. This is 2 weeks ago. It's Richard Pryor's birth town. And we raised the funds. They're putting up a 7.5 foot tall bronze statue of Richard Pryor, and you're entering Peoria, Illinois. And it was me, George Lopez, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Mike Epps, and Charlie Murphy. And that tour will start taking off next year, because we're going to take the whole thing on tour.
And you're going to come back again here?
Oh, baby, I'll be here. Yes, indeed. You crazy? Shit.
Great.
And the proceeds from the show goes to the Richard Pryor Foundation.
Oh,
Yes.
great.
To help out the children. Yes.
Great.